So I found this record that I thought was very interesting. Executor office, it has a number. I haven't plugged this into Google yet. I'll just show you the stuff that I'm pointing out. Mariposa 2130, Province Bernard. And then we've got some debtors on here. Internal Revenue Service is a debtor. And then the secured party name is Clayton Mahola Bernard, trademarked X, executor. Here's the part. His Imperial Majesty, I don't know if it's Haile or Haile, Selassie, the first, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Frasburg, trademark Selassie, Imperial Government of Ethiopia. It will be sufficient if I quote a few of the conclusions of that report, numbers 24, 25, and 26. The Italian memorandum containing the complaints made by Italy was laid on the council table on September 4th, 1935, whereas Ethiopia's first appeal to the council has been made here. The interval between the two dates, okay, this part, anyway, it's done in the real estate records, which you know is where if you're going to update your status, you have to put it in real estate records on the record. We got the debtor, and the secured party is Ethiopian World Federation. It's supposed to say incorporated. Halsey Street, Brooklyn. The financing statement covers collateral or is filed as a fixture filing. The debtor is a trust. The debtor is a transmitting utility. Now you know that our birth records are transmitting utilities, but we are not a public utility unless we give consent. So you go down here. Just look at the punctuation, the way they do it. Charles C. Miller. Additional debtor, IRS. Here's a DUNS number. U.S. Capitol Senate Office or Finance Room. Another DUNS number. Congress of the United States. Here's a DUNS number. Clayton Mahola Bernard Estate, DBA, EWF, USA. I think that means Ethiopian World Federation USA, or something that we just saw above. And then Frasburg Incorporated in El Segundo. Then it just says Congressman from Texas, doesn't have a name. Honorable Sam Johnson, the Capitol, Longworth House Room. There's DUNS numbers all over this. Secured party again. Bernard. It's Clayton Mahola Bernard. Now, I'm not saying that this is not a person's name. It could be. But what was interesting is when looking at the Antarctica Treaty, they always had these little dogs. And remember, they call the people dogs Saint Bernard. And I was just wondering about that. And then we got Clayton M. and Clayton Mahola. So let's go down here. Debtor. So these, now I'm not saying this person is not a real person, a real human, but it could just be something that's on a certificate that they made. I mean, I don't know that. Congress again, government of the United States, Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, Los Angeles, right there, El Segundo. Supreme Court. So who is paying, if these are debtors to the main secured party, I mean, is this Department of Homeland Security is a debtor. United States of America, a debtor. General Delivery. Broadway, Denver. DUNS number. Sector Anchorage. Again, national security. National security. United States of America, USTTO, unknown type of organization. United States of America, type of organization, telephone. That's why nobody should be ever answering their phone ever again. Artful person? Is that what it's supposed to say? I don't know. National security. Legal services. Global access immigration services. Immigration. International. Homeland security. Corporation. Courts. Supreme Court is court. Judicial Office of District of Columbia. Okay, so go down. Let's look at this. So the ground that the only appropriate procedure that was provided for in the Italo-Ethiopian Treaty of 1928 throughout the whole world that period, moreover, the dispatch of Italian troops to East Africa was proceeding. These shipments of troops were represented to the Council by the Italian government as necessary for the defense of its colonies menaced by Ethiopia's preparations. Ethiopia, on the contrary, drew attention to the official pronouncements made in Italy, which in its opinion left no doubt as to the hostile intentions of the Italian government. All debtors, it says all debtor, is a transmitting utility in this commercial lien. All right. All debtor, breach of agreement, notice of default, violation of social welfare, violation of Ethiopia Treaty, violation of human rights, conspiracy, violation of grandfather clause, suspended, fraud, copyright infringement, racketeering, trademark and service mark infringement, money laundering, violation of the United Nations bankruptcy, bankruptcy in 1933, immigration violation, tax invasion, selling of human body parts, selling weapons to Saudi Arabia, vindictive police work, vindictive justice work, violation of international treaties, all debtor accounts, instruments, income from every source, assets, inventory, bonds, warehouse receipts, fixtures, chattel paper, including electronic chattel paper, land and personal property, all general intangibles now owned or hereafter acquired by debtor to secured party, under a written agreement between the parties, and all proceeds thereof, and all collateral, guarantees, letters of credit, surety, bonds, and other support. So, this is pretty interesting. United States of 1781, Executive Order, April 27, 1861. Last lawfully elected president. President Lincoln's order commanding General of the Army of the United States, Winfield Scott, suspending the writ of habeas corpus. A resulting trust administrating an act, direct contravention of Articles Constitution, private act by usurping office, never authorized by an original contact Constitution. United States of America under military rule, still in place to date, a surety to principle, the one people. Creditor's reference number covers the following collateral. This number, that number might be at the top of this. I don't want to scroll back. I don't know what this number refers to. To and for the body politic public trust, constructing government now demanded to be returned to principle through trustees herein administrators registrants for abandoned trust. Act 41st, you can read the seat of government. one people, 1776, on cause of bankruptcy, trespass upon the people in their original jurisdictions, theft of properties, benefits taken from commercial slavery operations under sham legal process and kangaroo courts, all assets of any nature or kind, anywhere situated, marshaled, seized from, okay. One people, grantor, bailers, beneficiaries of that one people. Debtor's Rothschild family. Now, I didn't see Rothschild family in that document, but maybe it's there. A trust, from all appearance, from sources of integrity of various jurisdictional agencies, is believed to be the prime source funder for each central banks of the world's nations, United Nations, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, U.S. Federal Reserve, and allegedly immune from all jurisdictions anywhere on earth. The Bank of International Settlements and Rothschilds, who operate through nominees of various kinds and identifiers, are unable or unwilling to produce verified value, real assets, or verified titles thereto, proving any loan was made to any nation or bank, resulting in commercial slavery of the people of the United States. Yeah. Yes. This financing statement covers the following collateral. And there's that, I don't know if that's another number or same number. The exclusive identifier within the family of nations duly recognized, formerly abandoned, reinstated by registrant trustees before the entire world. To whom these presents may come, sorry, it was hard to read, a judge and declare through its administrating trustees Charles C. Miller, Heather Antucci Jaraff, and Caleb Paul Skinner, that the body politic construed by the one people 1776 of the United States of America perfected perpetuity by acts of states duly constituted on the authority and in the name of the good people therein and thereon. The United States of America duly confederated, or body politic, so exclusive beneficiary of any and all powers assigned by the one people. Person capacities and any other claims of any property of any sort by any person or entity derivative are canceled, void, pending production of consent to transfer said titles. I mean, this is fantastic. It's interesting. So this is a completely different number than the ones they're referencing. I found this to be interesting. By His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the First. I don't know if that's a 1 or I think that's a 1. The First, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah, Frasburg, Selassie. So I haven't looked up every single one of these names, but I have looked up Haile Selassie. And when was that person actually born? Even though it's giving dates back here, it looks like this person is alive and living right now, or at least a hereditary heir is. And then let's go down again and see these numbers. All debtor, breach of agreement, notice of default, violation of social welfare. Suspended, fraud, copyright infringement, racketeering, trademark and service market infringement, money laundering, I mean, body parts, selling weapons to celebrate. This is pretty interesting. Secured party accepts debtor signature in accord with UCC. Non-negotiable, private between the parties, exempt from levy without prejudice. So make sure to put that in your statement if you're going to do one. Holds the joint double right to all of the property rights, titles, and interests above all others, including state and all of the property thereof. And then down here.